Good evening and welcome to the Channel Studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. India has passed Russia as the country with the third highest number of coronavirus cases in the world after recording a record number of cases for one day. The Indian Health Ministry added 25,000 new cases in a single day, taking India's total to 697,000 reported cases of COVID-19. A strict lockdown in place since late March has gradually been lifted, despite the number of infections not showing any signs of slowing down. The Australian state of Victoria recorded its largest jump in cases at any point in the coronavirus crisis, with 127 new cases reported on Monday. To limit the spread of the cluster, the government decided for the closure of the border with neighbouring New South Wales, Australia's most populous state. Something similar has been done in Spain, where the region of Galicia has reimposed restrictions on about 70,000 people following a local COVID-19 outbreak. It's 24 hours after the region of Catalonia also introduced a local lockdown to curb the spread of the virus. A professor who criticised China's handling of the coronavirus crisis has been detained by authorities there. Xu Jiangrun, who has been under house arrest, was taken away from his Beijing home on Monday, but it's unclear why or what charges he faces. It comes as the new effects of a new security law have started to take hold in Hong Kong, where books written by pro-democracy activists are now unavailable in public libraries. Demonstrators have protested again, raising blank pieces of white paper to avoid slogans banned under the new law. At least 41 people have died in Japan due to heavy floods and 14 more people are missing. Japan's meteorological agency has issued a heavy rain emergency warning in 3 prefectures as torrential downpours continue to lash the southwest of the country. Weather officials are warning residents of landslides and river flooding as heavy rain is expected to continue in the next few days. Flood alert levels were raised in central and southern China as well, where a season of unusually high rainfall continues to lead to widespread flooding. The central Chinese city of Wuhan, the epicenter of the virus, raised its flood alert level. Torrential rain and thunderstorms battered swathes of the country, including the Yangtze River on which it sits. The Russian Ministry of Emergencies has announced it is tackling wildfires sparked by a heatwave in remote areas of Russia's Siberia and Far East regions. According to the ministry, there are currently dozens of wildfires raging in the regions, some of which are in remote areas that are difficult to reach. Siberia is experiencing a severe heatwave, with a remote town in northeastern Siberia recently registering a recorded high temperature of 38 degrees Celsius. Malawi's new president, Lazarus Chakwera, has called off independence celebrations and massively reduced the size of his formal inauguration. Both events were due to be marked by a huge celebration in Lilongwe's football stadium. The president had announced the stadium's capacity would be halved to 20,000 to limit the spread of coronavirus. Now, though, the stadium festivities have been cancelled altogether, with the inauguration being moved to a military barracks to be witnessed by only 100 especially invited guests. One of the world's most famous and prolific screen composers, the Italian Ennio Morricone, has died aged 91. Mr. Morricone, who won 2 Oscars and dozens of other awards, including Golden Globes, Grammys and BAFTAs, broke his femur some days ago and died during the night in a clinic in Rome. His last Oscar was in 2016 for Best Original Score for Quentin Tarantino's The Hateful Eight. Israel has launched a new spy satellite as it said it would provide high-quality surveillance for its military intelligence. Israel has been building up its surveillance capabilities to monitor enemies such as Iran, whose nuclear program it sees as a major threat. The satellite is called OFEC-16 and will send the first images in about a week's time. A plane suspected of carrying drugs has been reportedly set alight in Mexico after allegedly being intercepted by soldiers on a highway. Members of the army doing a flyover at the site reportedly spotted the plane before deploying units. According to media reports, those aboard set fire to the plane to escape. Authorities have yet to officially report on the contents of the plane or whether any arrests were made. And finally, a new phone application aims to help in tackling the latest desert locust infestation in Kenya. Called eLocusts, the app was financed by the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization to help authorities control movements and development of the locust swarms. The hope is to better understand how the swarms move and to introduce control measures before they become airborne. And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the Channel studios in Lagos.